Spoil mama on the go, lighten up the road, caring heart and bubbly smile, lifting up the load. Sweet and helpful, got that cheer, every friend all year. Witty spark and endless laughs, always bringing near. Heaven shoulder soul, sailing wide, oceans calling true. Travel far, discover, travel far, discover more. Seas that sparkle blue, cruising waves with breeze in hair, trail without a map. Mom and family side by side, take another lap. Oh, my land, take us home where the wild winds blow. From Canada to distant shores, with love we'll always go. Oh, my land, light the night, guide us with your flame. With your spirit, we are free, never be the same. Family ties that never break, love that leads the way. In your arms we find the strength, rocking every day. Smiles that shine on rainy days, through the fog and mist. In your warmth, our hearts are held. Feel that gentle kiss. Oh, like the land, take us home where the wild winds blow. From Canada to distant shores, with love we'll always go. Oh, like the land, light the night, guide us with your flame. With your spirit, we are free, never be the same. Mountains high and valleys low, through it all you stand. Anchor strong in stormy seas, steady as the land. Memory of every trip, laughter on the breeze. With you, life's an endless ride, always here to please.
Oh no, I'm little. Let's try this again. Hi guys. I shrunk. Yeah, I'm still playing around with, I was looking at EV Mux, but I haven't quite figured that one out yet, if I'm going to do that or not. So we'll play it this way, because I'm too cheap to pay for StreamYard. I have a couple friends in the basement. I don't know, the one's still hiding, but I can bring up my good friend from Georgia.
Hi!
How you doing, Roxy?
I'm doing okay.
That's good.
Yep, Candy got her backyard, so she's got to get used to going back out the back door again.
But she's got a whole yard to run around in, and you don't have to worry about her getting out.
Nope, she can't go to the mailbox and run to the road anymore. Mm-hmm.
Well, I see half a person in the bottom. Is there something in front of your camera? Because you're kind of half blocked. There you are. Are you cold? A little bit? Well, we'll bring up Chili Willy. I mean, Mario.
Excusez-moi, Chili Willy.
It was cold, and I cut the air conditioner off, opened the door. I said, let it get warm in here again.
How are you ladies doing?
Great.
You behaving yourselves?
No.
Atta girls.
That's no fun.
Don't do anything I wouldn't do.
Well, that gives us a lot of leeway.
Ha ha ha.
And you forget how well I know you.
Wow. Yes, always. I should have known better.
We've got, let's see, we got Liz and Chris in here.
Oh, dear.
And Chris. Yeah. And then it goes, Liz. And then we got, hello, James. Welcome. James Catney's pointing in. Remember saying hello to each other. It's been a week. Trying to get. I had a nice weekend off last weekend, sort of. My aunt's granddaughter and her boyfriend needed the car to go pick up his daughter from like 5 hours away. So they took the car for the weekend, and my youngest and his girlfriend went to Fergus to the Highland Games.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even know that was playing.
So I was here all by myself with a kitty cat. I was kitty sitting, so
Yeah.
I had from Friday until Monday around lunchtime. Trevor had to return the rental car he had, so he dropped me off at my aunt's, and they were late leaving from where they were. I left like 2:00 in the afternoon, and they didn't get home till 8.
Yeah, I was kind of with us in Ottawa.
I think they stopped and said they're in Cambridge, and I think they probably took a longer rest stop than just a pee break. But oh well, sat around waiting for them to get the car back. But then it's been running to different things this week, and we got to bring Callie back home yesterday. So anybody on my Facebook would have seen that. The pet cremation services in Guelph did a lovely job. It's a lovely little urn and stuff. So.
Okay, good.
And it matches the cat that passed in March. So. Hello, Ringo. How are you doing? Good to see you, Paul. Well, I was trying to come up with a topic tonight, so I was like, well, we're coming up next month to a meetup. I was just curious how many people have been to meetups and what were their favorite memories. And
I've never been to one, so I don't know.
You're full of poop.
How dare you say such a bad word, Michael Ann? I'm impressed with you. I mean, don't you cross your arms at me.
Excuse me? I believe you were here.
Was I? Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right.
That's why I said you're full of poop.
I'm just being a goof today, sorry.
What else is new?
New York, New Hampshire,
Newfoundland, New Brunswick, Nova Scotia.
That's Nova. That's not new.
That's New Scotland.
All right, I'll give it to you.
New Brunswick.
Yeah.
So I've been to a few.
I think I've been to 2, if I remember correctly. Last year, did I go to the one before? I must have.
B and I went in 22. We couldn't go in 21 because the border was closed.
Right.
So we went in 22, and you
And
came
23.
You came in 23 and 24. And 24.
Okay, so then it's okay, makes sense. Yeah, because I know you girls went, and I couldn't go because I think I was working or something.
You had to work, they
Yeah,
said, because it
yeah,
was last minute decision to go or something, and you couldn't get
yeah.
off.
No, and I think I was on call too, and that's hard to switch out. So, but I think you ladies had a good time, which I was glad about. You guys were safe, so I was okay with that.
So James was at M21, which we weren't. And at M22, he left before V and I got there because we didn't.
Oh, you bugger!
So we'll see if we see him at M25 and trying to meet up with him. And I know Kyle from Ringo and Czar has been to a couple of the Michigan meetups. But you're going a couple weeks off sonar searching with Chaos. Nice. Chaos Divers. My brain just went.
I will be back
Jacob.
shortly. Just getting water.
Jacob.
I've been to 2 of the Helen, Georgia meetups, and then I went to a famous YouTuber meetup, and that helped jumpstart my YouTube channel because everybody wanted to see his stuff.
Well, in my thumbnail, let's see if I can find my thumbnail. We're gonna find Canva. Bring it up here a little bit bigger.
If anybody's going to be in the Florida area on August the 30th, Darren's got a meetup at in Ocala, Florida.
And Jacob and Lindsay will be there.
Silver Springs.
That'll be cool. Share screen. This one. So, see, can I bring that up bigger? That's not very big. Can I bring up bigger? Oh, there we go. A little bit bigger, anyways. So, also, we considered meetups as before the helping hands cruises. So Roxanne was at that one.
Oh yeah, we did that one.
There's Troy and Sandy and Sharon and Gary's over there, and Amy and Jeremy from Cruising is Fun Anytime was there. There's V and Steve. And me, and then Roxanne. Now, somebody that couldn't make it that night came the night before. We met up with Mike from Adventures of Traveling Mike.
Yeah.
And I could only find a couple of my pictures on my Facebook from when we went to Miami. But this guy right here, that's his back right there. We got to meet Troy before the cruise because he came down with Kenny. And over there is V and Amy. This is last year's picture from M24. The group picture. And there's Kenny. He was there the year before. And then I got a couple of the pictures from the signs and stuff. So any of you people that have been to any of these meetups, what was your favorite thing about them?
Oh, we have to only pick one?
Nope. You can tell me all what your favorite things are.
Well, to be honest, the drive up was always really nice. Although this year we drove all the way to Ottawa for our vacation that V and I did, and driving back it got a bit monotonous, and
I'm at kind of my limit now for driving for the year. So you ladies might have to do most of the driving.
I just drove across that big bridge and back this afternoon.
Oh, wow. So, yeah. I don't mind driving, but I think I've reached my limit there. Last time, I think V and I, when we came back, we left at 1 in the afternoon. We didn't get back till almost 11. And that was a long drive. V drove part of it. I drove part of it. Holy moly. We just wanted to get home.
Yes. Troy, I know there was some trauma in Miami, but the best part of that was getting to meet up with people like you that we've been chatting with for a while. And Kyle says meeting all the Canadians.
Well, yeah, because we're just a bunchy, we're just a fun bunch of group.
When real YouTube meetup, although we have met a bunch of other YouTubers. It's really fun to get together and hug everyone. Yep. And a lot of, like, if you're getting together with a bunch, even though it might be a group cruise of some kind, small or large, with a bunch of YouTubers together, it's still like a meetup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And getting to meet all these people that you sat and talked to like this, wherever. Like V and Steve, I talked to like this before I met V in person. And Roxanne, I talked to her for about a year before I got to meet her in person.
Yeah.
Getting that chance to put your arms around and give them a hug. It's like, it's a real person. And wait a minute, they look taller on YouTube.
Yeah, you think, hey, and then it's like, hey.
Yeah, hello.
Why, to me, Troy S., just talking to him on live or backstage on YouTube, I pictured him taller than he was. I didn't realize he was like our height. And then, Blaine from Really Creative Travels, seeing him on YouTube, never thought, I think he might be tall, but never pictured he was like, holy crap tall.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We met him at the YouTube meetup before the first cruise.
Is this meetup supposed to be a bit different or something?
The meetup that's coming up in September 25.
Mm.
And like, there's all kinds of different meetups. Like Troy has also gone to the Oregon meetup.
Oh, sorry. I thought you said something else. I thought you said Oregon meetup, and I'm like, what?
Oregon.
Oregon, yes.
Oregon,
Sorry.
not the organ. We would never talk about organs or members as a.
Sorry.
We're not talking about livers.
No. I heard something else.
I know.
The third week in September. Oh, excuse me. This M25, the gathering, from the 18th to the 21st. And this year, shaking my head at that. I'll come back to that. This year,
5'3".
our neighbors from the last, from M24, David Schmidt, he's part of another, like, sort of like a van life group or whatever. They travel around, have meetups here and there. And he is from Merrill, Michigan, which was where they have the Michigan meetups. Came last year. So this year, he's rallying his bunch that goes to meetups to meet up with our bunch that shows up for the Michigan meetups every year. And it's supposed to be a bigger.
Yeah,
we'll see.
You guys were saying something about that last year. I kind of forgot, but yeah, that sounds pretty big.
5'3". I can't. Well, I say I can't picture you that short, Liz. But then next to Chris, yeah, maybe. I think I think the last time I had a measurement, I was like 5'3", 5'4" 3/4. The last official, but I've probably shrunk, especially was it 2 weeks ago?
I wish I was 5 foot something, but I'm not.
To present myself as a tall person. That was like 2 weeks ago when Callie was still alive, and he couldn't make up his mind where he was going, whether he was going to go into the living room, to go outside. And he was just stood there. So I went to sit on this stool, a little ottoman that goes to a chair, but it's got a base with a post and then the padded thing on top. I went to sit on that, and the whole thing broke, and I went smack right on my tailbone. So I think I compressed a few things. I might have shrunk a bit.
You can do that in an ejection seat in a fighter plane too. You get shorter.
I thought it was getting better, but the last few days, I don't know. Maybe it was the way I slept or whatever. But
I don't know.
if I fidget around in my seat, that's why. Because after
that's gonna hurt, obviously. So, sorry,
yeah, so,
just adjusting my light here. I'm still getting blinded by the light.
Oh no! I'm using the one way over there. I don't even know what happened to my ring light.
I guess Lee's on the way home.
Yep, I think so. Yep.
Either
on the way home or she is home. Oops.
Had a ring light.
Okay.
You're not at home, are you?
I'm at home. Yep.
Oh.
You can tell by the background he's at home.
Yeah.
I see now. I see.
I always wear this green thing when I'm sitting around the house. It's kind of like my comfy thing.
Right.
And I have the air conditioning on, so but I keep it on at a certain temperature even if I'm cold, so that when I go outside and it's really hot, then I come back in and it's like
Yeah.
I'll just put on an extra shirt if I'm cold in the house. Besides, I like sleeping in the cold better than in the heat, so.
Chris said Liz is short.
Yeah. When I went to the meetup with the guy, his YouTube channel is What the Hell's, HALES.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he's such one of the big YouTubers that he's gotten too big for his britches. And I don't know. I don't watch him anymore at all. No, he had some things going on with neighbors and had to go to court and suing all that.
Oh,
and then it's
Lordy.
that it's going to cost me $40,000, and I don't know if I have the money. Next thing you know, people are sending him hundreds of dollars. I said, no, it's not your problem with the neighbor. Has nothing to do with YouTube, you know.
No.
So I said, I'm not. I stopped watching it.
Maybe that's why you're so getting kicked in the hiney.
Do what now?
Chris says Liz will kick your ass. Well, but I said maybe that's why he's so tall, getting kicked in the hiney.
Oh yeah.
Yes, Kenny flashed the whole camp at Oregon. Steve, you need a light bulb, flashlight, maybe? No, it's like, well, the first meetup I think I went to was it was an Ontario meetup, and a YouTuber from Saskatchewan came to visit family, and we met up with her and a few others in Port Bruce, Ontario. And I was at LARP that weekend, so V came and was at her trailer, so she came and picked me up from the LARP site.
Yeah.
That's the first time I met V in person. And we went to...
yes.
That was just a few-hour meetup, and then...
I think I remember there's pictures of that meetup.
That was on 21, and then V and I tried a couple of years in a row to get Ontario one going, but people said they were going to go, and then people backed out. And
Yeah.
those ended up being a very small, like our immediate family kind of thing. So
It was still fun though.
it was still fun, especially the one that was my birthday.
Uh,
That was fun. And then been to Michigan meetups, been to a couple before the cruises. I know there was a big meetup down in Florida for Danny D. A bunch of YouTubers got together and met up with her at
I believe I did know about that.
Disney Springs just a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
It's cool because you don't all have to be van lifers or RVers or whatever. Just to get together with friends. I of course I want to travel down south so I can meet up with some other of my YouTube friends eventually.
Yeah, on these meetups, you don't have to spend every waking minute with everybody, right? You kind of go, you do your own thing, right? So it's not formal. Is that the word?
No.
It's not a formal thing. It's just come out, relax. You know, you don't have to talk to anybody if you don't want, or you have certain people you want to talk to. Good, do it like that. No biggie.
Well, I know when we're at Michigan meetup, where the campsite we have had the last 3 years in a row is right across from the pavilion. So if we want to go be social.
Yep.
We go over there with everybody. If you need some time to yourself, then you go back to your campsite.
Yeah.
You know?
Nobody's gonna ostracize you for that. So we all have our tolerances to things.
What's also fun is collecting things at meetups.
Yes.
Which I had last couple of years. I've had my stickers.
Yes.
I want to get new ones, but my budget didn't allow for the time that I. There was a sale on, and it was like you could get 3 different stickers because I couldn't make up my mind what one I wanted to get, and it was for X number of dollars. But my budget wasn't in at that time, so by the time I got, like, yeah, maybe for next year.
Yeah. There's always next year.
And then I had started hi Floss. I've met Floss at M23 and M24, I think. Might have been M22. So I had started a photo albums. It's my YouTube photo album, but
That's so cool.
I've got space in there because I want to print off pictures to go with the stickers. You know.
Oh, V's gonna love that. She's a scrapbooker. Not a scrapper, a scrapbooker.
She can be scrappy sometimes. But I've got all my stickers in there, and then the ones that were on the inaugural cruise got a little certificate.
Yeah.
Like they didn't have a sticker. They had more of a window cling thing that I forget who organized them and got them. I just stuck it in there. I've got a Down Under Cruiser sticker.
Mm-hmm.
I got a bunch of cards. People that didn't have stickers, some people have business cards. And then I have a couple pages. They're just a couple of YouTube channels I follow that do a Christmas card exchange. If you send them a Christmas card, then they'll send one to their family ones. And that's one family, that's another family. That was a third family. And I got Kicking It Country. And then some channels have done postcard things. I got postcards. Hey, there's Busby over there. Some other just really creative travel. This was M23. I got a keychain. It was like I cut it out, just put it on there with my stickers from that. And then we went to Bronner's, Santa's religion Frankenmuth, so I got a sticker from that.
Yeah. Yeah, you remind people that Christmas store, you need a GPS to get through it.
Oh, yes. Oh, Yeah, Cruising with the Colemans is going to be at the meetup this year because I do cocktails with the Colemans on Friday nights.
Oh, yes, we did meet those people. Yes, yes, yes. I remember now.
I have my Lake of Dreams campground pamphlet. I usually put out a schedule. There's cocktails, there's karaoke, there's Saturday night there's usually a potluck and then a dance DJ afterwards, RV DJ.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Gypsy and the Vanilla Gorilla, they go to that. Cat and Jack. And then M24, my RV DJ there. And then I have to get some more pages because I have some stickers from Carnival Cruise Addicts, Scrow's Nest, Cruise Life TV that I don't have a sleeve to put those in. So I'm going to have to add to that so I can collect more stickers this year for the meetup.
Yeah. Like a sticker collection.
You have a sticker book for great. Well, I've seen a lot of people that have taken, like, I have magnets back here, but I've seen people that have taken. I do have your sticker. I don't have a controversial cruising sticker yet, but I'm gonna have to get after. I have your sticker right there.
Woohoo!
I have your sticker. I have your mug, which is right up there, I believe. Yeah, your sticker's not behind a turtle's butt. I know where my sticker is on their wall.
I think I'm gonna put the stickers I collect on my luggage.
Oh, that's a bad idea.
I don't know some people have taken like the foam Bristol board or something else fairly sturdy, and then they just stick all their stickers in that and they take them around. But it's like, I don't want to take them around that way and risk, my board getting wrecked or lost or something like that. So no, leave it there. I like where it is. I know where it is. But this doesn't take up much space if I want to take it to a meetup or something, or if I want to share it. Maybe I'll get around to getting some pictures printed off and added to it before I go to M25. And this T-shirt, I gotta say, I won at M23. It's not a raffle. It's not really a draw, but it is sort of. But everybody brings a bunch of things to donate, and then everybody gets a ticket. No money goes out. People donate, people get tickets. Your ticket gets pulled, and you get to go up to the table and choose something. Which is really cool, because then nobody has to worry about buying a prize to enter or whatever, or buying so many raffle tickets. You get one ticket, and you can pick up one prize. And there's been some really cool prizes.
Yeah, from last year there was some nice ones. Yeah,
I've seen walking sticks, and I've seen things as simple as RV antifreeze.
That's handy.
Somebody had extra bottles of RV antifreeze. Last year I had made, a couple of years before that, I had made these Christmas or snowman pictures, and we put little lights through it and that. And I had them kicking around here for a couple of years. Last year I made sure they all had working lights, and I took them to M24. I know V ended up with one. And
yeah, because I remember that. I remember we have something like that in the house.
I have a picture with the three ladies that won them, and then I gave one to my neighbor, and her grandson admired it, so I gave him one on his birthday, which was in December last year. So it was like, I got rid of all that. It's a good way to get rid of stuff that you don't need that's in good shape. It's like if you're camping supplies or a craft or something like that. Oh, it'd be oh dear. Well, family's our priority.
Nothing's more important than family.
That would be the same thing with me. Family comes first. It's something comes up with my family or my kids, I have to say sorry. Maybe next year, and then
Unfortunately or fortunately, yeah.
well, it's even my thought like if Callie had survived longer, would I have wanted to leave?
I know
Yeah.
that's the hardest thing when your dogs, whether they're sick or not, when they get older and you go off and something happens, you're like, why did I go off? Would she still been alive if I'd stayed here, or would he still be alive?
Well, like last weekend I would have been pet sitting either way, and my thought was, and I said to Trevor, I said it sounds bad the way I was saying it, but I'm glad he went the weekend before because I would. Well, number one, I wouldn't have had a vehicle last weekend. How do I get him anywhere? And number two, like if I'm home alone and he passed, like what am I going to do? But it was. Callie knew it was time.
Yeah. Blah, blah, blah. It's a bad situation all the way around. It doesn't matter if it's convenient or inconvenient. It's just, it sucks. That's all you can really say. It sucks.
Are you going down for the meetup before the cruise, James? Helen, Georgia. That's a good meetup too. Hopefully, get down there sometime. Yeah, be changed there, Daryl. Welcome in. It's good to see you. Yeah, they are.
Question. I've heard a lot of new changes with the cruise lines. It's getting absolutely ridiculous from what I'm understanding that they can pretty much stop you from going on a cruise for any reason, really. Like, holy moly. Your passport, if it's it has to be 6 months from the time that you return,
Yes.
right?
And they can't even be a day short.
Yeah.
I think a lot of that too stems from the I know down, like I would say down under, but Australian ones too, because of the ones they go off to Tokyo or Japan or any of those islands. Some of those islands won't take. Yeah, it's not new, but there has been some channels that made that mistake, thinking, "Oh, it's just a whatever." Nope.
I still got 4 months left on my visa. I'm gonna take it and use it before I have to buy another one. They get there and they can't use it.
Yeah, but
on their passport.
They're actually religiously checking now, like counting down to the second.
Yeah.
I don't think they did that before. Like, it's getting to a point where I'm like, holy crap, I need to give my DNA before I can even be accepted on a cruise. Like, it's getting a little ridiculous.
Chris and Liz are going to be at the meetup too before they are on our cruise. Nice. Well, I know mine is good until February 2028. So a little over a year from now, I'm going to start that process so that I have it ready for.
Yeah.
But because I live on a border town, going back and forth, like going. Yeah, we need to see Sean drink that shoey. True. My cousin, when she's not working up in Nunavut, she spends like 6 months of the year over with her husband in north of Port Huron. So, like, I was over there today. I had to go over and pick her up because she's supposed to be flying out Saturday morning to go back to Nunavut. However, with the stuff going on with Air Canada right now, she may or may not be flying out Saturday morning.
What's going on with Air Canada? I don't think I've even caught up on that.
I think it's the flight attendants, something, or like protesting or walking out or something. I haven't looked at it a lot because You know our opinion on Air Canada. I won't fly Air Canada, and you already had it.
Our first experience with Air Canada wasn't exactly nice. I mean, yes, we got there safe, we got back safe, but it wasn't what our expectations would have.
not what you paid for.
Yeah. Well, yes.
When you pay for better seats and you don't get them.
Yeah, that was the big complaint. There was a few other little things that I can let slide, but not the seats.
Like her big thing that she needs to get from here to Ottawa. Because once she gets to Ottawa, then she flies Canada North to wherever the points are. I don't know if she goes from Ottawa to Iqaluit this time, or.
And that's really cold up there in Nunavut.
It
Depending on where
was. What'd she say? They said it was 5 degrees Celsius up there today. Felt like 2. It's like, yeah, no, thank you.
And they've got a lot of daytime till like 2 a.m. It's still daylight or dark or something.
Yep. It's daylight right now.
Yeah.
For long periods of time, and then you get to like December, January, and they get into the almost 24 hours of darkness. Like
that would really screw with your time clock, I would think.
I had it a long time ago on pictures. I think on one of my videos is about Canada. I can't remember what it is, but I had put a couple pictures in there, and one was taken at 1 a.m. and I forget what the date was, and it was like it looked more like 1 p.m. in the afternoon. It was that bright, and another one was taken 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and it looked like 11 or 12 at night.
Yeah. That's jet lag.
I couldn't live like that. You have like 4 months of daylight, 24-hour daylight, and then you have 4 or 5 months of complete darkness. That just would drive me crazy.
I think it would me too. It's not an easy thing, and I think it's hard on the body too.
Well, a lot of them, they'll just have the blackout curtains and that in their rooms, especially the kids' rooms.
Yeah.
But I'll say these two families here. This is This Alaska Life. No, that isn't. It's Summers in Alaska. It's SOMERS. Summers in Alaska, and This Alaska Life. They have magnificent gardens. They have to be fenced in with like 6 or 8 foot fences to keep those moose out of their gardens.
Mm-hmm.
But because they have so many hours of daylight, their gardens grow phenomenally. Like in that short period of time, because they only got a short growing season. So when they got that many hours of daylight, and I know the Summers Alaska, she was pulling out carrots that were like this long. And
wow.
Cabbages would be like this big around. So were things of broccoli and stuff. And it was like,
carve it like a turkey, for God's sakes.
Yeah, it was just like the amount of stuff. This Alaska Life, this year they did raised garden beds and they did more planting, but they got some pretty cool gardens too. I never Cindy up then all that darkness. I don't know. I haven't been that far north. Let's see, how far north have I been? Probably as high as Edmonton, Alberta, and that's not very high.
Yeah, and I've been as far as Sudbury. No, sorry, Sault Ste. Marie. That's about as far north as I've ever gone.
We'll try. I don't know, can't see. I'm gonna get better lighting though. But Sault Ste. Marie is like here.
Yeah.
In Ontario, I've only been as far north as like North Bay, which is just over here. But
that was an 8-hour drive. Oh well, no, that was more than that. What do you momento?
And In Alberta, I've been as far north as Edmonton, which is kind of equivalent with the top of Ontario. I need a better lighting so you guys can see.
Yeah, it's 9.5 hours from where we live to Sault Ste. Marie.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I know when I drove from here to Ottawa was between 8 and 9 hours.
And that's taking the Chichimon. That's going through the Chichimon. So
Chichimon is a ferry, guys.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry. If you didn't know that. Yeah. Sorry.
Chichimon is a what?
It's a ferry.
It's a ferry,
Oh,
yeah.
ferry.
A vehicle ferry.
Okay.
Oh, nuts.
Before I went on cruise ships, that was probably my extent of going on big boats. Was the Chichimon, the BC ferries, and the one from New Brunswick to PEI, but now they have a bridge built there. Which I found was interesting because out there they dropped, several weeks ago, they dropped the price of the ferries and the price of the toll on the bridge by half. But they didn't do that in BC, and that's expensive. It was a van lifer. It was to go across one way was like $100 on the ferry for a 2-hour ride. It's like,
So to go on the ferry is 9 hours and a half. To not take the ferry, it's 12 hours. So 9, 10, 11. The ferry ride is at least 2 hours. So You're not really saving anything, I guess, but I'm not driving 18 hours, not even to see a daughter. Sorry. I might do like 8 hour, but I can't drive that long.
I think I went 12 hours, probably my longest in one stretch. And that's what we coming home from when we last time we drove out to Edmonton. The time we were leaving was the day after my birthday, and we just wanted to get home.
Yeah.
And I drove from Edmonton through Saskatchewan to Brandon, Manitoba. We stayed over there overnight. Got up the next morning, drove over closer to Winnipeg, and then went down into which state was it now?
Bye, Carnival Cruise Addicts.
Thank you.
Enjoy your dinner.
Went from Brandon, Manitoba, down into Minnesota, went across Wisconsin, into the upper peninsula of Michigan, and we stayed there overnight, and then got up the next morning and drove from the upper peninsula of Michigan home. And they were all like between 10 and 12-hour days just to get home from. And that was like 3,000 kilometers. It is.
Wow.
If I were going 18 hours, it would take me a week because I do not drive that well. I don't like driving at night. Don't like driving in big cities. So
my limit is probably 2 hours and then take a break, and then 2 hours, then take a break, then 2 hours, take a break. But yeah, to do it all in one shot, I can't do that anymore. And I need sleep somewhere in there too.
yeah, to get to the casino is 2.5 hours. And then they're 2.5 hours from Mobile. So if I ever wanted to go to Mobile to the ocean or on a cruise, I would go to the casinos, go have 4 or 5 hours of fun at the casino, spend the night, and drive the rest of the way. Because, people are saying, well, you're spending too much money doing that. But when you're not used to it, you do what you can,
Yeah, roughly 3,013 kilometers, roughly. But this one shows going through North Dakota, which I didn't do coming home. We were going to go through North Dakota and Montana going out, but I got bored driving in the States. There was nothing to see. So I was like, yeah, let's go up to Canada. I haven't been through Saskatchewan. Let's go up to Canada. So and that's about 30 hours. So
So in Saskatchewan, if the Americans don't know, you can just put your aim your car down the road and it'll go straight because Saskatchewan is so flat. So you can let your car go in cruise control, have a sleep while you're driving. No, don't do that. I'm kidding.
but it is. It's just like it's flat, 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 flat.
I'll get letters.
Oh, there's a train. Flat, flat, flat. Oh, there's a grain elevator. Flat, flat, flat. We pulled off in Regina. Oh, seen groundhogs or gophers, whatever you want to call them. Prairie dogs.
You need one of those new cars that drives itself, and you just get in and it goes.
I had no problem with driving. Plus, I can put it on cruise control.
Yeah.
Because my leg tends to cramp up, but I put it on cruise control as long as the weather cooperates, and I can look around and just.
Yeah.
But when we traveled out, my kids didn't have driver's licenses at that time, so I had no choice but to drive. I like driving. Yeah. I like driving. Like I had my own vehicle and the money for the gas to drive anywhere I would drive. When I was working as a nanny, we went on a road trip to Florida, to Daytona Beach.
Yeah.
We got up the morning at 4:00, left by 5. I think we stopped in Bowling Green for Ohio for breakfast. I specified there because I know there's a Bowling Green, Kentucky. Yeah. Start in Bowling Green, Ohio for breakfast. We stopped somewhere a while later for lunch, and there was an outlet mall. I can't remember where that was.
You didn't stop at a Buc-ee's?
This is 30 years ago. I didn't know Buc-ee's existed.
Back
then. But we drove from here to Atlanta, Georgia that first day. And we stopped for the night about 6 or 7 o'clock. We stopped for the night, got up the next morning, and drove the rest of the way to Daytona. So, in 2 days I could be in Florida if I.
Boy, I couldn't do that anymore. If I were to guess, the fastest I could get down to Florida, maybe 3 days. Because I'd have to break it up. 6, 12, 18. How many hours is it to Florida?
Well, let's just take
to go to my daughter's house. We took back roads because we didn't want to take the expressway.
Yeah.
And we stopped for lunch. We stopped for one meal and another break. It took us about 8 to 9 hours, depending on which way we went, just to go to the Daytona area.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm asking you a question.
Navigate
Sarnia to Fort Myers, Florida.
Flights from Sarnia to Fort Myers.
I don't care about
September
the flights.
4th and coming
Driving.
September 8th start at $188.
Shush.
The shortest flight is about 2 hours.
I didn't
and 45
ask.
minutes.
I didn't ask for flights. Driving from where I live to Fort Myers, Florida, where Carnival Cruise Addicts lives, is 20 hours.
20 hours. So it's probably like 22 hours to get to Florida. So yeah, maybe even 4 days for me.
Yeah. Well,
could I do 10 hours of driving in one day? Probably not. I'd have to leave at like 1 or 2 in the morning.
Well, we said we left at 5 when we drove down to Florida.
Mm-hmm.
But also there was me and my boss. Was a friend. I took care of her kids. It was me and her switching off drivers. So
yeah,
she drove for a while, and she'd get tired of driving or whatever, and then we'd switch around and we'd stop and get out and stretch our legs and pee whatever. When I drove out west with the kids, we got up. We ate breakfast before we left here. We drove from here through the Lower Peninsula, just up across the Mackinac Bridge, and there was a park that looked at St. Ignace that overlooked the bridge, and we stopped there. And actually, we had stopped first of all, after we got across the bridge at a grocery store, got lunch meat and stuff like that. I had picked up other groceries, but like lunch meat and anything perishable and milk that we picked up there. We stopped at St. Ignace in the Upper Peninsula and we just made sandwiches and had some snacks. We had road snacks in the car too. And then we would stop at a restaurant for dinner. And we did the same thing the next morning. We were in Ironwood, Michigan. We got up, we had milk and we had little things of cereal. We had granola bars. I think we had some yogurt too. Had whatever we wanted that for breakfast. Got on the road. We stopped in Bemidji, Wisconsin, where there's the big Paul Bunyan and Blue statues. Because my parents had taken me there when I was a little kid, so I wanted to take pictures of my kids there. So, because I hadn't seen it since I was little, and I don't remember it, so, but I have seen the pictures.
Yeah, it makes sense to me.
And we had, we had our packed lunch there. We drove from there to, I think we drove from there, and we had went up into Manitoba, and where we stopped for the night for the hotel. There was a McDonald's down the road, so we got McDonald's for dinner. And then that hotel had a continental breakfast thing. So, and they even had like hard-boiled eggs there and fruits and vegetables and muffins and all that stuff. So we had there. We stopped in Regina. Couldn't find a place to stop, so we ended up, it was a mall, and we pulled over in the parking lot there. Okay, sorry, Montana then. Or Minnesota. Yes. Bemidji, Minnesota. Sorry. Not Wisconsin. Yeah, we went through Wisconsin to Bemidji, Minnesota. Where was I now? We stopped
at the mall.
We pulled over to the parking lot. We're sitting there watching little prairie dogs running around and that and eating our sandwiches and that. That's what it ticked me off, because somebody left the stray shopping cart and it came flying across the parking lot and hit the side of my van, put my scratch in the side of my van.
Oh.
I didn't see where it come from. I just heard it coming, and by the time I got around the van, it was there. Too late. And then
that sucks.
That was Regina. We drove from Regina to Medicine Hat, Alberta. Got a hotel there, and we went. I was like Eastside Mario's, or it was a pasta place. I can't remember exactly.
Olive Garden?
No, it wasn't Olive Garden. It was either an Eastside or it might have been a Boston Pizza. I can't remember exactly. My oldest was 18. He didn't get his driver's license till he was closer to 20. My oldest was 18, which is a legal drinking age in Alberta. So he had his first legal beer in Medicine Hat, Alberta. And then we got up the next morning and we did a scenic route. We were on our way up to Edmonton. We went through Calgary and Banff and Jasper. And then my alternator went on my van just outside of Jasper. Thank God I had CAA. Got towed to Hinton, Alberta, which was closer to Edmonton. Stayed there a night. The garage was right beside the hotel. Got it fixed the next day by noon. We were on the road and got to Edmonton. And then after that, it said, we visited my mom, but we didn't do a lot of exciting things on there. So. I enjoyed driving and seeing the sights, except for the prairies where it was just flat.
Yeah. Well, for the far as the eye can see, and there's nothing in the way for your eyes to hit.
Yeah. It's all farmland, all flat.
That would be kind of boring for me. I would get tired really quick. Sorry. No offense to Saskatchewan. I'm sure it's a beautiful land. It's just driving. I need something different in my eyes to distract me. Whether it's traffic or trees. If I'm seeing nothing but cornfield, yeah, I'll be doing one of these on the steering wheel.
That was my oldest job, was to keep me awake, because my youngest had passed out in the back seat.
Yeah.
When went to one of the jamborees out west. My mom and I drove out, and we drove all the way across the U.S. to Montana, and then went up into Alberta. And the other part of that, because we didn't go down to whatever the other major highway is, there was an old highway number 2 or interstate number 2 or whatever it is that's closer to Canada, which is like 2 lanes, and it's so seldom used, like there's grass growing up in the cracks. But the gas stations got really far apart. And I think we cruised into, I think it was Shelby, Montana on fumes.
Ooh.
Got that close. So it's like, that was my other thing going, okay, I'm stuck in the middle of nowhere.
I was thinking that, like maybe if you do a trip in Saskatchewan and the gas stations are so far apart, I'd maybe keep a 12-liter jerry can or something, or 24-liter jerry can in the back of the car just for Saskatchewan.
Yeah, there are some places that you go through in the U.S. that it'll tell you no gas station for 50 miles, so.
Yeah. We have a few Mennonite, I don't want to say colonies, a few Mennonite families and places in and around Kitchener.
Well, where my niece lives near Winnipeg. Actually, she lives in a community called Starbuck. But she teaches in an Amish community type school, and like the one school is kindergarten to grade 12, and what part of the school is kindergarten to grade 5 or 6 or something like that. The other is like 7 to 12. But it was quite interesting to hear her talk about it. But she's enjoying teaching at that school.
Well, good for her.
And she was that another one, but the other one didn't give her a contract, whereas this one she's got a contract with.
Yeah.
I don't know. The Amish used to take their kids out of school when they turned like 8th grade, and they didn't go to high school. But I don't know if they still do that or not.
I think they do. They learn, and I'm not sure on this, so correct me if somebody else knows for sure. I think they go just to learn the basic mathematics and the business of farming, like the basics of basic education, reading, writing, arithmetic, and the business of farming or stuff like that, because they don't go into any other fields other than that. Like they might go into building, like building barns and things like that. So they have to know all the codes and proper wiring and things like that. So I don't know.
I think it depends on the community.
Mm-hmm.
There are more stricter communities, Amish, and there are some that are, not so strict. So
Yeah, basically, you learn the basics: read, write, math, spelling, kind of thing, and then you're done because you're needed on the farm.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's a lot why the school schedules too were in regular communities with farms and stuff. It's like that's why you get, they're off for this length of time during the summer because they're needed, and you didn't go back to school till this time of the year because you're needed on the farm for planting and harvesting and whatever happens.
Yeah. I don't understand the life very much, but who am I to say that that's the wrong or right way to live? So, I mean, if that's the way they do it, cool, good for them.
For those who anybody come in new or still, whichever, we started out talking about YouTube meetups, and it's kind of gone into road trips and stuff like there.
Still the same.
Yeah. Sean S., one of my longtime moderators, come in. Hope you're doing okay, Sean. She had surgery not that long ago, and she also had to say goodbye to her dog, Luke. I think a few days after Cali, or was it the Monday after Cali? So And then Griswold family vacay, they had to say goodbye to Bear last week. So I was like, I've seen, celebrities go in threes. So why is it suddenly dogs? Why gotta go in threes? Yep. They put up barns all in a day without workers. I seen that on another YouTube channel. They had Amish come out and do that. Put up a barn.
I heard information about why they choose to not have vehicles and only horse and buggy. When you said about the barn, it's so that the community is close. If somebody needs a barn raising, then everybody is close by to be able to help. If they start having cars, then they're going further and further away, if that makes sense to everybody. So
Yeah.
it went into more detail, obviously, but it kind of made sense to me that why they don't have the cars or modern amenities. So
there is one
correct
channel.
me if I'm wrong.
There is one channel, farming or homestead type channel I follow, and they are in Oklahoma. But near their community, there is an Amish community, and that Amish community do have the farm equipment, like the modern farm equipment. But they go around to all these other farms, and they'll have like 4 or 5 combines or whatever farm equipment is to cut the hay.
Yeah.
On one day, and then they come back X number of days later, and they'll have X number of baling machines, and they'll go around to all these, not just Amish farms, but these other farms in the community, and they get paid by these other farmers to cut and bale their hay for them, and they do it like all of a sudden they come in like that. I looked at a big field, and they had like 4 or 5 machines, and it was like, and they were going along side by side, and it was like,
yeah, but
that one's done.
Those fields are hundreds of acres large.
Yep.
Like it would take days, maybe weeks to mow it down. But if you have like 6 or 7 combines, then you can do it in a lot shorter time, because you only have a certain amount of time to cut everything down, to plant everything, et cetera, et cetera. So yeah, I have heard of that, Michael, and I think that's pretty true.
Yeah, and they're all like close neighbors. They do a lot of that stuff together and help each other. And a lot of people don't, neighbors don't help as much as they used to.
Yeah. I get the community. I get it. It's maybe it's something that we should all get back to, really. But.
Well, I still lived in the house. When I was younger, I could tell you every single person that lived on this side of the street and that side of the street down the first block. When I moved out, I knew people like 6 doors down between me and 6 doors down that way, the guy behind me, and then a few down the other side of the street. Here, I know my neighbor over here. I know the lady over there. There's the nosy neighbor over here. But I really don't talk to my neighbors that much. And now that Callie's gone, I'm not outside that much. So when my one friend across, Kathy, is out usually for a smoke, but I see her outside. Now I'll walk across and go outside and chat with her. But
it's kind of funny. We don't talk to each other face to face, but we're on the internet and we'll talk to our neighbors that are right across the wall on our computers. It's kind of silly.
But she'll also, if she doesn't see me around or a lot of movement around here, she'll check and say, "Are you okay? Everything okay over there?"
Yeah, that's
and
good.
The neighbor over here got married. Where are we? Almost 2 weeks ago. They had a small wedding down the river, but they had some family members cancel out, and then they asked if Trevor and I wanted to come to just the ceremony part. They didn't have space at the reception, and it's like, it was nice to be asked, but Callie wasn't doing well that day. needless to say, by the time they came up that night after the reception, Callie had already passed. But they come over because it was outside wedding. They had clear plastic umbrellas just in case it rained. So they had some of those. They gave me and Matt one of those, and then they had the things like we had on the cruise ships, but they're shorter. So they gave us each one of those. You gone robotic, Steve.
Steve, you're a robot.
Yeah. Oh. Sorry.
You're fine now.
Oh.
You just were one there. I was like, okay. Oh. And nowadays, in modern words,
sorry, I stuttered.
Scary because you don't know trust or be afraid, or
Yeah, well, yeah. Sorry, but I agree as well on that. Yeah. Social media has pretty much made us all go inside. Like, I remember a time where our parents would tell us, go outside. And that was our punishment. And now it's like, come inside is your punishment.
You can't go out there. Something might happen to you. But like me growing up, like I lived north of the highway before there.
Oh, well, you north of the highway.
Yeah, well, the North Enders, those are the rich people. Oh, sorry, my dad. We're more of a middle income at that time, middle income family. And then I live south of the highway now, not that much, like 2 blocks south. But down in the south end of town, you don't want to live down there because those people are, sketchy and all that. Well, now there's kind of meeting in the middle kind of things. Like sometimes it doesn't seem so bad around here, and sometimes I see one lady she had a black long sweater. This was last year. Black long sweater and some leggings or something. I don't. And she drops and squats over there and goes to the bathroom. I'm like,
huh?
Really? I don't know, was a homeless dude or what? Yesterday got picked up by an ambulance over here.
You gotta go.
Well, he was sitting up on the gurney with it in the back, but it's like I couldn't see far enough. And it's like, and then I see a guy, police officer, walking over to his car with a guitar. It was a guitar and a case and something else. And I'm like, God, I hope that's not my ex. But I think it was the wrong color guitar case. Because, yes, my ex is on the streets by his own choice. He was living with his mother and not treating his mother well.
Hello.
Yeah. Did all lock doors, now we lock doors. Yep. Well, we don't have weapons here. Well, there's things we could use as weapons, but we don't have weapons here. But yeah, my son's usually downstairs on his computer, so if I go out, I lock both doors because Lord only knows, somebody can walk in the back door, and we don't have the dog around now that starts barking his fool head off when somebody comes in the door that doesn't know. Now, if the door isn't unlocked and I walk in, then I usually hear my son go, "Hello." And it's just me.
Yeah, when you're by yourself after your husband dies, and he's the one that locked the door every night, and then after he died, I forgot to lock the door a few times, and luckily I'm safe and still here. But you got to lock them.
Well, and I know that these guys have forgotten a few times. Not lately, but over the last couple of years. So it's like I've gone to bed and got up to get some more water, go to the bathroom, and they'll see a light on. So I go downstairs and I'll notice the front door's unlocked. Okay, so I go and lock it. Because that's usually my thing before I go to bed. I'll go lock both doors. Well, one of them at the time, and before it had taken Callie outside, maybe forgot to lock the door, or my son goes outside out back for a smoke, comes back in, lock the door, just in case you forget. Just because that even last week, we have a community Facebook page, and one of the neighbors, I think across the street, the complex there, had security video of somebody wandering around in their backyard and going through stuff. Nothing really out of my backyard. I got my patio furniture and a barbecue that's not working right now because I think I need propane. I think that's all. But there's nothing out back for them to take. But yeah, lock door cars. Yeah, I always make sure I lock the car too, which reminds me I need to cover something up or bring my cousin's one suitcase in, because I don't like the idea of it being out there, because you never know who's looking through car windows at night. Well, we've even gone out and somebody be out there going through our recyclables looking for cans they can return to the beer store for money or whatever. Or they're in the dumpsters looking through stuff. And really? Sad, but they're not desperate for stuff. Don't have the parent to scare them away.
I mean, it's probably nice to live close where you could walk to the stores and stuff, but then you got to think, I bet there's homeless back there. And, I wouldn't have thought about that. Because homeless love to live by grocery stores, gas stations, restaurants, because there's free food in the dumpsters. I'm sad to say, but that's what they do.
Well, down the street here, there is, in the one plaza, there is a grocery store. I think there's like an open space, and there's a sidewalk that goes to the street out behind where there's houses and all that there. And then there's a strip of small things, but you got your Domino's pizza, you got a Subway, the dispensary my son works at. What else is along there? And then around the corner from that, about a block away, there's a church, and in around that church, there's been homeless people, and I don't know how that's going, because my ex is spotted over there too. But they have a security guard there all the time by that church.
Now, I know in Montreal, in the downtown parts of Montreal, they allow homeless to go in and sleep, and they actually have a fenced-off area for them. And in the wintertime, Montreal, this is when I was up there, they let them go they have underground tunnels, and because you can't get out, when snow is like 4 foot, and they sleep in the hallways there.
I know, like that church, it was behind the church, and there's a business beside that, but they put up a chain link fence, and they got like burlap on the inside of the chain link fence with a few air holes or something, so you can't really see, but they have that closed off during the day. And it's like, I know they've had issues over there. They had issues over around where our the on-ramps were to the highway, because they go on, and you got your little circular thing, and they'd be trying to camp in there. And we had a kids park down the south end of town. We had a tent community down there. Well, now they've cleared them out of there. I don't know where they've gone to, but
sorry.
But that encampment, they've had to do abatement there because people were using the behind their tent or whatever for facilities. There was no facilities down there, so they had to clear that out and make sure there's no drugs or paraphernalia and all that down there. So that's all closed off now. But it's sad. But we used to be able to trust everybody. Now we can't. Well, I know even the dispensary my son works in used to be able to go in, and they had a warm thing there, and they get fresh cookies, and they had cookies in individual little paper bags in there, and they have water dispenser, and then they would have lemonade and that. They've had to move that stuff back behind the counter because they had homeless people or your drug addicts or tweakers coming in and grabbing stuff and going out, and it's like, well, you don't want them touching everything either. I get that, but if you want a drink or water or lemonade, you're more than welcome, or have a cookie, you're more than welcome, but you have to ask. They're good cookies too. They're like the spread. They taste like fresh made, and they're warm, and it's like gooey. And big cities with unlocked cars, very out of the way, tiny towns, they don't lock them up. Now they do. Yep. Last roommate never locked the house. He also left the key in his truck. Now you find your truck gone. And ones where people that try to take vehicle. Here we have. I've got a camera up. I've got 3 townhouse complex on this side of the road, 1 on that side of the road. And it got bad enough they had to put up security cameras, and even a lot of the whole complex did, but even a lot of individual people will put up security cameras out back, or some have the Ring doorbell thing so they can keep an eye on who's coming to their house. Or keep an eye on the porch pirates that are stealing the deliveries. Hello.
Hi. There's another hand here. I don't know who that belongs to.
Oh,
Is it a little bit bigger than mine?
See, there's 2
Yeah.
hands here.
uh-oh.
And in there.
It's
So
the
somehow
claw.
I've thrown an extra hand.
It's the claw coming in to pinch.
Don't you dare.
Watch your cheeks. Watch your cheeks and your peaches.
Hello, beautiful people.
Hello, Miss V.
Hello.
No peaches.
Well, peaches are in season.
Not my peaches. They're not in
It
season.
is peach season.
Thanks for coming by, boss. Have a great week.
Our peaches in Georgia are already gone.
Ours are
Yeah.
just coming in. My aunt got some in there. Quite
know
firm yet.
I know
But y'all are
some
farther north, so y'all's peaches, if they're grown in Canada area, I would say y'all have a late peach season. Yeah.
But they're big. They were good sized peaches, but I want to get some that make some preserves, but
somebody from work went to pick some up, and they came with small peaches, but they were good.
I got pears on my tree. If anybody lives in Georgia wants pears, they're falling off rotting.
Oh, yum.
actually there's a pear tree in my aunt's backyard. Didn't realize it was a pear tree. I just thought this tree that it goes on an angle like this, and it's not that high. I was like, that tree really needs to be taken down. It's like
I'll be back.
pain in the butt to cut grass around, and then I looked at it yesterday. I was out with my aunt's dog. It's like, are those apples? And I went to look closer, and it's like, no, those are pears. And I felt them, but they're all hard.
Yeah, mine have been ready for a couple of weeks, and I've advertised them on the neighborhood thing. And if anybody came and got them, I didn't miss any. But the worker who did the backyard, I asked him, "You can take some." He said, "Oh, I took some yesterday. Is that okay?" I said, "Yeah, you can have all you want." So he got another bag, grocery bag, and he filled it up.
Well, James has got sweet corn.
Well, sweet corn in Georgia's are everything like that's just about gone. We're into the fall stuff now. Well, the fall stuff will start coming in the next couple of weeks.
I was like,
They close our local market the whole month of August because there's not really much not much growing, and so they'll open it up again in September for the fall harvest.
We still have radishes from the farmer, fresh. So
I haven't even got to the mobile market once this year.
where's
Maybe
the
twice.
salt?
I won't get there tomorrow either because my cousin's over. I have to take the car back so she can do her errands tomorrow. One of these days I'll get to the mobile market again because free, and it's just the next street over.
I don't like raw radishes, but I'll take a radish, wash it, and cut it in pieces, and I'll put it in water and cook it till it's tender. Then let the water cook out and add butter. I like
I
them.
love them cooked. Steve does not.
Not a fan of
No.
radishes. My mom used to slice them all the time and put them in a potato salad. And I would pick them out.
Well, if they're cooked, they have a different taste, and so I like
they
them.
do. What lighting do you have, my love?
So I made last night. I made 2 batches of macaroni salad and a batch of potato salad.
Woo!
Well, I had to go make a batch of. I'm trying to use up my pasta too, my gluten-free pasta. So it's like I'm gonna make some macaroni salad because I want to get rid of the carb stuff in my.
Yum.
Or
Or you freeze it and that's your emergency carb.
No,
No, you don't want to have a once in a cheat.
no, I need to, yeah. I think things are fitting snug in that, and I'm like, why is it fitting snug? And I stepped on the scale and went, holy crap. All that weight I lost last year before the cruise, I put it back on and then some.
But that's always what happens. As soon as you lose in, you don't maintain it.
And I know I've eaten like crap the last several months. I admit it. Like I had cheesies and I had candy with sugar and stuff, and it's like, okay, no. If I want candy, it's the dark chocolate again.
I can tell you when I give you that bag of chocolates. Steve and I are 2 on 1 bag. You had your bag finished and we're like, we're not even halfway. Like she's like, oh, she's a chocoholic.
I am a chocoholic. Well, my big snack lately too, I buy like a big one would be I buy cheesies, which are gluten free, and I would buy peanut M&Ms. And I would only buy the little packs at Dollarama. They're like 95 cents because I didn't feel like that. Buy a couple of those. But yeah, no, I gotta stop.
Make your own, Michael Ann's way better, less sugarless.
So, No Frills actually had my favorite pork rinds yesterday too.
Oh,
The barbecue ones, but the barbecue ones are not hot again. So it slows me down. I can eat a small handful. I'm like,
did Steve tell you where we went on our holidays? We went to the capital of Squeegees.
Saint Albert.
Uh-huh. And guess what Steve got to have there? He had an ice cream and pork rinds in another hand. And I made him try dehydrated Skittles. And he was weirded out. Because he expected Pop Rocks.
I don't like Skittles, so I don't think I would like them dehydrated.
They're better dehydrated.
I don't know if I've tried them dehydrated. I know I like the dehydrated Pop Rocks that Amy had brought to the.
They were good.
Well,
that's what Steve was expecting because he's like.
I was shaking because of all the horrible memories, the PTSD.
Oh, poor Steve.
And I forgot to give Steve mine, so I ended up eating them.
It's okay. We made friends along our cruise.
Nope, still spots.
Steve's like, hey, you want some treats? Here you go.
You're not pulling up in a white van and giving out treats, are you?
This guy giving candy to the staff. He's going to give it to kids. I'll just look like some weird guy.
Hey, kid, you want some candy?
Yeah.
Chocolate bars.
That's going to look really good.
I had chocolate bars that I gave to the staff. I got the small box of stuff from Nestle that was peanut free.
Well, Michael Ann, before you have no more carbs, our favorites, maple marshmallows, are on sale this week. At my store, they were, anyways. They were less than half price.
I'm like, cha-ching!
I knew I felt a disturbance in the force.
The lady at the cash register, she can't have like animal gelatin. I said, she goes, but they smell so good. I said, oh, they taste even better than they smell.
I have to budget myself out the rest of the month now.
I budgeted. I did everything 50% off.
My cousin picked me up some ibuprofen. It's actually a 2-pack of 600 each. So
Those are my vitamins during my holidays.
1,200 ibuprofen, and then she picked up a pack of stomach pills. Trevor needed some.
Okay, so I have to say hi to Flash, James. Troy's in the house. Who else is in the house that I didn't see?
Ouch!
I felt that.
Sean
Yeah.
S is here.
Yeah, M&M's and Skittles will break your skin when shot from a slingshot.
Only
The
Troy.
The
Only
only
Troy.
person I know around me that has a slingshot is my youngest. He got that in 2011. We were in BC. We went into a kind of a sporting goods hunting store type thing, outdoor store. It was a really cool store. We came back with a slingshot.
Hey, it's better than that than a case of beer. I'm just saying.
Mm.
He still has it. Case of beer, he would not have it.
Although there is one beer in the fridge, surprisingly. I think that's from when my oldest came. Was it when my oldest came the week before for dinner?
For his birthday?
Yeah. I went downstairs last weekend while Trevor and Nat were in Fergus and brought up some dishes that were stray down there, and I was like, "What's an unopened beer? I'm gonna take it up and put it in the fridge, so if Trevor wants it, it'll be nice and cold." And then he messages me on the Saturday night from Fergus, sends me a little video. Well, you couldn't see, but here. It's like, "Hey, Mom, the Bay City Rollers are here."
No way!
So I had a little short video.
Nice.
Hear them, but you couldn't see them. And then it sends me another picture. Oh, and this was the crowd earlier today for the Red Hot Chili Pipers. It's a pipe band from Scotland that I really love
Nice.
because they play a lot of the modern stuff. And I said, I was just watching a video of theirs earlier today because they do their own rendition of Don't Stop Believing.
Mhm.
They go, we sang along to that. I'm like,
That was our song.
it sounds so cool on bagpipe.
Roxy, that was our song.
Yeah.
I love that song.
Yeah, it was a good song. Sorry, it's a stretch.
But talking about sporting goods store, I want to go back to, I think it was Memphis. It's a Bass Pro, but it's the largest Bass Pro, and it's in a pyramid, and the pyramid used to be the
The pyramid
basketball stadium, I think, or hockey, or
We were not
hockey.
in.
I can't remember. Anyway,
Right?
but they turned it into a Bass Pro. But they also have a hotel there, and it's like a wildlife theme, like you would see at one of those Great Wolf Lodge places. And I wanted to go up and take some video. You can go into the lobby and into the little bitty store they have there, but you can't go upstairs.
Is that the one in Memphis?
Yes, in Memphis. It's about.
You sure we can go to that one?
I don't remember a pyramid in a.
I remember a pyramid. And
Yeah,
you
this
remember-
is a pyramid shape. It's about $300-400 a night.
That's why they have the hotel there, because it takes more than one day to get through the Bass Pro Shop.
Yeah.
They hand out a map and a compass and a GPS.
This is why I told Steve we need those segways.
Yeah.
That's like going to Bronner's.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Where's the map?
And they had water inside. You know, you can't get in the water, but they had fish in the water right there inside. you know.
Ours and Vaughn does it.
But you're right there next to the river where you can go fishing, and but
Nice.
I would love to go back there, and I could make a vacation out of staying around there.
I swear that's the one we went to because you were looking for a bag. And they
There's
had
a
it.
restaurant. There was a restaurant upstairs you could eat at. There's 2 restaurants inside the Bass Pro. 2 other. I think there were 3 places total you could eat at inside the Bass Pro.
But we had like an hour or something there, so you're like, that's not enough time.
There's one
No.
on the James says there's one on the river. And I got this really pretty amethyst bracelet
Nice.
from my youngest for cat sitting,
No.
which I hardly seen the cat. She came down to eat twice a day, and she spent most time on her bed underneath their bed.
Why would you sit on a cat?
And I don't want to do that. 2 animals in 1 year is enough.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
But I would love to go back. I would love to actually go to Graceland and be inside instead of just out in the parking lot, out in this driveway.
I just want to travel. But I guess I have to wait till next month to go.
39 days. Not like I'm counting.
Couple hours that way. I went across the bridge today. Holy moly. Because the trucks get backed up here really bad. Like, they'll be backed up for miles. So I'm looking today. I've been back and forth across the overpass going to my aunt's, and I take her. Where did I have to take her today? Well,
Sorry.
had an appointment. I went back across. I was like, okay, I'm looking down towards the highway, down towards the bridge. I don't see no trucks lined up. So when I was going to go across to pick up my cousin, I was like, well, I'll get on my road here if it looks okay. Since I thought rather than, if it looks okay, rather than going up closer to the bridge, because that's usually a good idea to get on closer to the bridge. So it's crowded. I got on here, and by the time I got around the curve and up towards where the other entrances were, the trucks are backed up there.
No.
But I'm flying along, and I'm like, okay, the trucks are all stopped, but cars going. Okay, I got through the toll, get over the bridge, get about 2/3 over, and they're stopped on the American side.
Ah.
But luckily it was gradually creeping, stop for maybe a minute, then creeping. So it took me 10, 15 minutes to get.
I'll take 15 minutes anytime.
Get up there. It's like, where are you going? Fort Crash. I'm just picking up my cousin. Bringing anything in? No. Have a nice day. Okay.
They don't ask you like specific questions to kick you back out?
Like I tell you all the time. Just answer their questions. Don't
I'm putting Michael in charge of the
don't
drive.
offer any extra information.
Michael in charge of driving.
You say yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, yes, sir, no, sir, and go on your way.
No, it's usually where are you from? Sarnia. Where are you headed? Or here in Fort Gratiot, whatever I am going to. Maybe that's the purpose of your visit. I'm just picking up my cousin, taking her back over to Ontario. How long you'll be over here? It's like, well, if she's ready, not long.
Oh, that's a good one if she's ready.
Yeah. I think I was over for maybe an hour. And I was coming back. We got to Canadian side. They asked her, no, she drives back all the time. It's just a control thing. Also, I also figured it out because if you're on the passenger side, you're towards the outside edge of the bridge. She doesn't like the heights over the water either.
I'm with her.
Like to control it, she's driving, she can stay. Because if you're in the middle towards the inner side of the bridge, you can't really look down between
Exactly.
the So she gets over here and she goes, there's like, where you go? Oh, she's only been here for over about an hour. I've been here. She was a few weeks visiting her husband. The last time she was over was my birthday. She came back over here. And then it's like, you bringing anything in? She goes, yeah, maybe $50 in groceries. Okay. Have a nice day.
They didn't even ask, do you have eggs or produce?
Sometimes they'll ask if you have any tobacco or alcohol. But that's about.
Some people I'm hungry.
So you can't buy meat and carry it over, but if you did and they didn't ask, could you get away with it?
Well, the signs up above them say, please declare any meat, plants, or what's the third one?
Fruit?
Nuts, greens, or something.
Meat, plants, or
Dairy?
no. I can't forget what the other one is. But also, they'll ask you if alcohol, tobacco.
That when you go into California driving, you can't carry fruit or plants across into California.
Yeah.
Well, it's the same thing. Like anything that could, they don't ask you, but if you're camping, they might, if you can't bring firewood across because anything that might transport disease.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, and if you bring stuff across and you don't declare it, and they decide, oh, okay, can I search your RV? And they find meat and they find produce or whatever, then they'll haul you in because you didn't declare it.
Good night, James.
Good night.
Night, James.
We're going to wrap up shortly anyways. Yeah, that's why when we went across driving out west, it's like I brought anything to make lunch that's in a container, a package, jar, whatever. I picked up meat and
eggs and milk.
I brought it. I picked up. Oh, I didn't pick up eggs because we just had cereal things. But
Okay.
I picked up some milk. I picked up meat, cheese, and lettuce things to make sandwiches. I already had the jar of pickles, and my kids aren't big on putting in toppings. I think maybe had mustard and or Miracle Whip or something. I don't know. But we just picked up the few things, and like I said, we ate our breakfast and lunch. And when we stopped for dinner at a restaurant or whatever, and it might be McDonald's, it could be. I forget what I said. The one Boston, it was either Boston Pizza or something like that kind of chain.
But when we go to the U.S., we like stopping at Bob Evans.
Oh, I got Bob Evans. Bob Evans, the pot roast, the mashed potatoes, and the carrots,
and the peanut butter.
Reese's peanut butter pie. I want that first.
You learned, haven't you?
I want the whole pie.
You were greedy.
Michael Ann and Steve thought I was the most crazy person. I said, can I start with my dessert, please? They're like, yeah. They finished their meal. Guess what? No more peanut butter pie for them. And I'm like, start with dessert.
I want Reese's peanut butter pie and I want it now.
Even if you don't eat it now, at least it's on the table.
Yeah. I got a recipe. I think I saved a recipe on my phone. Very close to that peanut butter pie.
Ooh.
It's not going to be low carb, but as long as you don't eat the...
I want that mile high mud pie that Montana's used to have.
They don't make it anymore.
Somebody must make it.
Maybe we're in the States. I don't know if they have a Montana.
I don't think I've been to Montana's. We had one, and we went to go. The guy I dated after I split up took me out for dinner. We were going to Montana's, and it was going to be almost a 2-hour wait. And it's like, yeah, no. So about how I don't know too much about Bob Evans.
But you know what? We tried in Ohio. I didn't like
the
Bob
best
Evans in Ohio.
The best Bob Evans. We tried another one in the Detroit.
I've eaten at a Bob Evans, but I don't
Yeah,
remember
that's true.
where at.
We tried a different Bob Evans that wasn't the one over here, and it wasn't as good.
And Steve and I tried the one in Ohio because a friend of mine was like raving, and I'm like, I showed her my meal. She goes, "What?" I was like, "Yeah."
Oh,
You
we
know,
stayed-
I think it's Florida we ate at Bob Evans and it was okay. Now, I don't like Golden Corral. Not mine. It's awful. But the Golden Corral down close to my daughter is a lot better. It was at the time. I said, you know, it all depends on the restaurant, what person you got back there cooking the food. If you have someone that really knows what they're doing, then you could have someone that's having to follow the directions on all the pre-made stuff they're taking out of the packages.
I only been to the Golden Corral that was across here once, and then it closed. So that's the only time I went to Golden Corral. Yeah, that Bob Evans was delicious. The pot roast would melt in your mouth, and the whole thing. We went to another one, and it was not that great.
Michelangelo and I looked at each other like,
But
"This is a big disappointment."
the funny thing is, when we stayed at the hotel, I think the first time was just you and I, wasn't it?
Yeah,
And we debated, should we go to Bob Evans or Cracker Barrel, because they were right close, and we decided Bob Evans is like. It was so good. I think we stopped out a second time that weekend.
and we're like, "This is good. Let's eat it again."
And then we stopped at Cracker Barrel coming back from Detroit last October. I wasn't impressed with Cracker Barrel. I'll go back to that Bob Evans.
Yeah. And then we did try the Cracker Barrel. Where was that one?
It was between Detroit and here.
And we were still like, man,
It was not good.
it was not Bob Evans. I'm sorry.
No. Well, no, Cracker Barrel. Okay, we didn't get a chance to do the one over here. We'll give this one a chance. And I was like, yeah, no.
We both
Yeah.
like, service was, the lady was really nice, but
No,
It
we have
was-
a good Cracker Barrel. The one in another town over, I don't like that one, you know. But the one in our town, it's pretty good.
we have a sushi place. The same thing. There's 2 locations. One's better than the other.
The one place I was glad we got to go to, though, in Texas,
Eat the rest of the chicken. This is not much left.
it wasn't in Abilene, but we did get to go to a Outback.
Mm.
Oh, I didn't go there. Y'all went the day before I came.
No, we went on the way back to the airport.
Oh, okay. Back to the airport.
When Amy was driving us back to the airport, we stopped.
I knew she was taking y'all.
We were at the airport like what 8 hours ahead of time.
Okay, we watched This Cruise Life. Is that what we're watching? Rocky and Mark
Yep.
And I was sleeping
at
on
the airport.
I was sleeping in the trees. I
Wow.
was sleeping in the chairs. Everybody's like, "How does he sleep?"
Yeah, we had stopped for lunch, and then Amy dropped us off, and our flight didn't go out till was supposed to originally be like 6, but then it got pushed back till 10.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was insane. And we're like, God.
So we had like 8-10 hours in the airport.
We all had a snooze in the airport.
Last time I spent that much time in the airport was in Calgary Airport when we flew out when we were headed for Vancouver in 2011, and we landed in Calgary, and our connecting flight, which was only supposed to be like a 2.5 hour delay or something like that, our connecting flight got canceled.
Ah,
Well, we can get you on another flight, but it's not until
yeah.
another 5 hours from now. It's like, so
Then Steve goes, why do you travel with snacks?
emergency
4-hour difference.
emergency snacks.
Now, if you go to Singapore and you get stuck for that many hours, you have lots to do there. They have an arcade. They have a movie theater. They have-
What?
yeah. And they have a big old, you need the money, but they have a big old rainforest area with beautiful trees and inside the airport. A
Okay,
lot of people will make their flights to go through Singapore just so they can go see the airport.
okay. Singapore Airport, if you're watching, please sponsor Michael Ann and I and Roxy. We will show the best parts of you. Trust me.
My
Gosh.
most frustrating layover, though, it wasn't so much the layover, it was coming into LaGuardia and thinking, oh, cool, got a 2-hour layover in LaGuardia coming in, looking forward to, I looked at all these other videos of flights coming into LaGuardia, and it's like, oh, well, if you get a good day, you can see the Statue of Liberty, you can see Lower Manhattan and all that. Nope. It was so overcast, almost down to the freaking ground. Couldn't see a dang thing.
You should have recorded it. It would have gone viral.
I did. coming in. Oh, I can see it. And then because it was the pavement was wet, it had the tires have to hit harder, and it was like boom. It's like, okay, we're down.
You should have said, now to your left, there's Lady Liberty. To your right, there we go. There's Manhattan. Look how beautiful it is, and there's like nothing on screen.
Well, it's like flying home from Houston. It's like taking off from Houston, and you see the runway lights going blink, 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 and then we're off in the air, and then you can all of a sudden you see the lights of Houston, and it turning, and then here's some lights here. Oh, and because we could look at the screen with where the plane was, well, all those lights over there, that's Nashville. Like,
and then you're like, who's in concert today in Nashville? Like,
I watched Inside Out 2. The rest of the time I spent looking out the window. Or
I tried to watch Elvis. I fell asleep. Then I tried to watch Inside Out. I fell asleep. I was like, just let me sleep. I was just too tired of waiting
I
for
don't know if I dozed off or not.
Yeah, we didn't get back into Detroit until midnight, and
then I'm like, give me food. I'm angry.
and then we didn't get back to the hotel until almost 2 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's right, because we left. we got to your car.
Yeah.
Somebody going.
Still haven't found his keys.
Get back to your car, and then we went. There was a McDonald's or something.
I don't
Something
know.
that opened the hat.
Somewhere.
Yeah, I think you guys sent me out on a food run, and then I just brought a whole bunch in, and you guys devoured it like a bunch of ravenous wolves.
I was so
Well, we
hungry.
hadn't eaten a meal all day. That's from lunch.
Yeah.
Michael Andrew and I were like, we are barely living on snacks.
Well, they don't give you much snacks on the plane. They got a quinoa cookie and a little fruit bar.
Food, yeah, kind of like a adult version of Fruit Roll Up.
They're not even. He's like this big.
Yeah,
Oops, this big. I'm like
smaller than a Newton cookie kind of thing.
I was like, yeah. It was a good flight.
But at least the snacks were good on the flight. At least.
Yep.
That was
They were
a
great.
3-hour flight, I think.
Yeah, it was a 3-hour flight with a time difference in it, going from Central back to Eastern.
Steve goes, he doesn't want a snack. I said, take a freaking snack. I don't care if you take gluten-free. We'll eat it. It's like,
Somebody will eat it.
I'll take gluten-free snacks. It's like peer pressure.
Yeah, where were you guys when I was in high school? I could have been a smoker.
Sorry, I was not a smoker, so that would have not happened in my world.
I only tried one when I was 13, and that was it. Nowhere.
It's enough that I was a bartender at 13. I didn't want to be a smoker at 13.
Bad enough my kid's smoking again.
I smoked marijuana once and tried to figure out string theory with my shoelace.
I got edibles for my birthday. I have a collection of edibles now.
Every time she says edibles, I think edible underwear.
Ah!
Every time.
I tell you, the cruise, we need to go on the Cheech and Chong cruise that they were advertising.
Oh my God, I would have giggled the whole way. You're like, be quiet. I would have just giggled and giggled and giggled.
I think I got chocolates for my birthday, if I'm not mistaken.
I did a what's the old president? Bill.
Bill Clinton?
I did a Bill Clinton. I did not inhale. I was just in the room and I giggled so loud they kicked me out of the room.
Did they pump like marijuana smoke all in the?
Yeah, it was hazy.
It
Up
was-
to my knees.
You got milk chocolate and crunchy praline balanced chocolate. Interesting.
Yep, I've seen some people go to parties and they don't smoke the marijuana or the whatever, but they go home and they're as stoned as the others because it's all in the room.
Oh, geez, I had that in
That's me.
grade 9 history. Didn't help that my teacher was as high as a kite too, but the dude behind me reeked so bad I was getting a second hand high off of him. I was like, whoa.
Contact high.
Yeah, I'm sitting there kind of going, whoa, I can't focus on this. I failed that history class. Oh, well.
I didn't like history class.
I took it in summer school. I failed it with a 42 and took a summer school course.
Can I talk about the past?
Ask Steve. We went to an airplane museum.
Yeah.
I talked to the guy who was in charge of everything and ordered a specific plane. And guess what? It's Steve's favorite plane. So I said, can you just go talk to my husband for 5 minutes, please? You will make his day. So I introduce him. I was like, here, this is my husband. Steve starts talking. He gets up. He's like, do I salute? Like,
I didn't realize I was talking to a colonel.
he was a colonel.
Retired, but I didn't realize it until the end. I'm like, oh no.
And I'm like, I just want to say thank you for everything you've done for Canada. And the plane thing, I don't know much about it, but my husband's obsessed. He's trying to make me absorb all this, but I can't remember it all.
I'm not obsessed.
Just a little.
Oh, you and my husband would have got along great. He loved airplanes.
So the guy talked to Steve for what, 15, 20 minutes?
At least, yeah. He was the guy, if I'm understanding what he said,
He was
he was
the
the guy
guy.
that ordered like 150 F-18s for the Canadian Army. Or Canadian Marines?
Whatever division he was higher up.
So he did a lot of work in Red Lake. Not physically there, but I guess in the background. So
I got to talk to his brother and his sister, his wife or his sister, one or the other.
Yeah.
And I said, you don't know how much I hated history, but this is the history I like. Like, tell me what you know. Tell me what you live. Like, that affected my country, the how. Like, this is what I want to know.
I want to know what a bongathon is. Troy. Never heard of that. And
I have a question.
THC Slurpees, I think, would go over well there.
Yeah, well, yeah.
They have a cooler that's like,
Bongathon?
I don't know, 6 feet wide or
During that heat
Or
wave,
4 or 5 feet wide by like 6 feet tall. That's just full of drinks that are THC.
you know what? If they were to sell those Slurpees at your son's thing, they'd have a lineup all day. THC Slurpee stand.
how many
My
laws is that broken?
My problem would be how many milligrams is that?
How many milligrams in the ice and how many milligrams in the juice?
Well, I saw a YouTube thing where a guy ate, I guess, cookies, a bunch of cookies, and he didn't realize that they were laced with
He pulled his teeth.
yeah.
That
And he left one cookie in for his wife, so he consumed about 1,000 milligrams in a few minutes.
That happened to my oldest. I don't know
No.
here.
1,000 milligrams. That man is going to be in a world of pain.
I can't remember if it was here or at the house. Might have been here. And Trevor had a thing of cookies downstairs. And Nikki had gone down, was having some cookies. I'll show you. I can find out. Trevor's come back upstairs here.
That's scary. You're like,
Was it here or at the house when Nikki got into your THC cookies?
At the house.
At the house?
We're still up together.
You're
Troy,
still-
How come while I was sleeping?
so Troy said the Colorado had a bong-a-thon last weekend, and he saw a dispensary that has THC Slurpees.
Slurpees.
And the rest.
At the res, they have the Slurpees? Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
That's moving.
Now we know where to go.
I guess it was at the house when we were all living together.
I probably needed that when I couldn't sleep for 2 days.
Oh, so it's a bongathon is like a sexapalooza, but it's for
Weekend sponsored by many cannabis
Do
growers.
not. You be quiet. Absolutely do not say that now.
Now, Trevor has a bong that's this big, and then he's got a skull that's like this big, and then he's got this big. He also has he has a not Pac-Man. I'm thinking Pokemon. He has a little rubber Pokemon one too. Pikachu. He took
Pikachu.
Gesundheit.
and he's got one it's got to be 3 feet tall, at least 3 feet tall. I was like, how do you?
How much do you need to start it? That's what I want to know. It's not like a little thing. It's got to be like.
When you got to do the. He also has silicone things he puts on the top now to.
Smoking competitions. I guess for the smoking competition, you see who can make the biggest smoke rings and stuff like that.
Oh God, she said silicone.
Silicone things are like a diamond shape that have a hole in the middle for inhaling it. That's what happened to the cat the last time that they had to put down because the cat chewed one of the pieces that goes down into the bong, and that blocked everything and ended up. Anyhow,
You've just lost V.
anybody that's still here, you want to go over? I believe Thirsty Thursday's over on controversial cruising.
At 9 o'clock.
Well, I see that you had a live at 7 o'clock and a live at 9 o'clock, and I don't know what 7 o'clock was a misprint or what. Richard, I don't know how innocent you are.
Richard, I'm sure you
Well,
designed.
today is international. Oh, I can't even think now.
Please don't say International Silicone Ring because I'm just gonna lose it.
No. Creamsicle Day. International Creamsicle Day.
Stop it.
I'm done.
And that's what Scott's Thirsty Thursday's about is do you know your creamsicles?
I'm trying to think. Anyways, I was going on that story that Trevor had this package of cookies, and my oldest had come over, or it was at home and got into this package of cookies and snacking away on it. Trevor goes home and he goes, "Did you eat all that?" Yeah. He goes, "Those are THC cookies."
Oh no.
Which probably had like 1,000 milligrams. Oh, I can imagine that how paranoid he would have been because I know off of more than when I had the Rice Krispie square and then some gummies the one time thinking, oh, it's not kicking in. I was like, okay, then not everything hit. I was like, in my head, I'm going, am I breathing? Like, okay. I know I can't do that much. Between 5 and 10. That's no. Guy had a butt with a buzzing silicone toy. That's one of your EMT stories, I can imagine. You've told us some interesting ones.
You know what? That's what I should do during the holidays. A PSA. Please do not insert things.
What's not to put in your butthole? Boy, this live is going all over the map. Anyways, guys,
I'm thirsty. I'm sorry.
I would play an outro, but I can't do that with StreamYard anymore because they won't let me play my videos.
Hey, we can all do it together. There's your outro.